Saggy gang. Love, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, fam. If you got Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North and South Node in your chart, this message is for you. Family, I love and appreciate all you guys. Okay, look, there's a lot of cycles ending right now with all this. I was just grabbing the certain cards, and this is what was just naturally underneath the deck. So I turned them over, and this is what's happening. We'll see if I need to shuffle through these, but I'm getting hella downloads from this right now, fam. There's the ending of a tough cycle. Full moon in Capricorn. So you guys can tap in with Capricorn's reading also if that resonates for you. Or the next full moon in Capricorn is going to be significant. So y'all look at the next full moon phases and if there's going to be something in Capricorn. Even in Capricorn season is what I'm hearing too. Okay, y'all, I'm telling you. There's this past life regression that you're going through this karmic contract that had to do with your past life. So everything that had to do with your lineage, everything that had to do with the karmic contracts that were needing to unfold and undo here in this lifetime, especially when it came to love and your money. There's this big shift that's happening. There's this quantum leap. There's this new energy. There's this completion that is happening when it comes to the ideologies of what you came from when it came to money, how you believed in money, how you were taught to make money, how you were specifically taught to make money. There's a shift happening when it comes to your finances. Something switched in your energy of you understanding that there are other ways to make money, easier ways, healthier ways, abundant ways to make money. And so there was this, again, karmic contract that we keep talking about from past life lineage, from ancestral lineage that you had ended. It had to stop with you. And so when it came to finances, so you could have came from a family dynamic who was brought up with a low vibrational way of thinking how to make money. And so now that you are in position and power of being you, it stopped at you. So now you're in a position where you're doing it different. So it could just be the most different and non-traditional way of how you're making money. And this is what is okay. Hold on, fam. I won't let me snooze. Sorry, guys. $11:01 on the clock, fam. Okay, this alarm is tweaking. Right now. Okay, 11:01 on the clock. So now you're doing it different than what you came from. Now you're doing it different, and now this is the inheritance for you also. So you cut the cycle that came from the ancestral lineage when it came to money, when it came to finances, of how that was being built in each lifetime. So you are at a space now where you are gaining the knowledge and wisdom, and you can even be teaching yourself how to be successful when it comes to finances. So there could have been just nobody in the family that, just came from that energy of teaching you how to be financially free. And so now you're in a space where you're learning that for yourself because you're making that shift. You're making that leap. You're taking that leap of faith when it comes to, I want to shift the dynamic of my life because I no longer want to feel this low vibrational, just lack mentality that I came from. And so you're breaking that curse. You're breaking that barrier, you're breaking that baggage. So the end of a tough cycle approaches. So you could have been going through so many different types of jobs too, and that's how you know you're a chosen one. That's how you know you are a chosen one. When you cycle through so many different jobs, fam, it's because it's not your job to be at these types of jobs. You're a light worker. You're supposed to be an entrepreneur. You're supposed to go through this tough cycle, through this unknown reality to get to a space of your inheritance. And this is what you're being gifted now, because you've gone through this tough cycle. This shit wasn't handed to you. You had to grind and get it out the mud, fam. And so you could have been the first person in your family to do that for themselves. And this is what's bringing you that 10 of Pentacles, financial freedom, financial literacy, all of it. You are now in power and in that knowledge of understanding how to invest in yourself and how to invest in the things, the material gains and the spiritual gains, fam. So you have broken that contract, and now this is your inheritance. This is what has been given to you because you turned the key to the success of being financially free in this lifetime, fam. And also when it comes to love as well, you could have came from the families that are used to abuse, are used to abuse, are used to distorted feminine and masculine energy, are used to verbal abuse, physical abuse, are used to all the low vibrational, toxic, cheating, get pregnant, and no longer the people aren't together, parents aren't together. You came from that. And so now you're shifting that dynamic. You could be single and not have any kids, and you could be in your late 30s or 40s and still not have kids or still be single. You're breaking that karma that you came from, that lineage of unhealthy relationships, unhealthy marriages, unhealthy communication, unhealthiness of distorted energy. So you're breaking that karmic contract of love when it comes to relationship, when it comes to self-love. Even you're the first person in your family that is doing this. And so you could see and be at a point in your life now where you're noticing that you're unable to relate to even family members, even friends that you came up with anymore, because your whole paradigm shifted when you were going through all these different experiences and phases of your life. So this is what is ending this cycle. It stopped at you, baby. 36 could be significant. 14, there was a shift when you were 14 is what I'm hearing too. You made this big shift for yourself. You saw the opportunity and you turned the key to your inheritance to allow yourself to be in this beautiful, clear path, in the sense of there's no debris of this past life energy that is no longer a part of this path moving forward. You cleared the contract. You resigned from the job is what I'm hearing. You let go of everything. You went through the experiences that you were supposed to go through for you to open up and receive this inheritance that is meant for you. So you're now setting the tone for the next generation. The next legacy is what I'm hearing, for your legacy wealth, for your soul family, for this new earth that you're creating for yourself, because you already closed the karmic contract within the past with all the experiences that you had to go through, cutting cords, cutting ties with everything, career, love, life, money, ideology, all of it. You are now in this present moment of receiving this inheritance that was always meant for you. You are the blueprint of this new paradigm, fam. Ooh, Sag, that was deep. Family, claim this message. Let me know how this resonates for you. Thank you guys a trillion times for being right here, rocking with your girl. Love, like, share, subscribe. Again, if you haven't already, fam, I'll tap in with you soon. Peace, gang.